That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, all good.
Good morning. Thanks for so many of you joining us at the Dolder this morning. A couple of bits of housekeeping. Please be joined by Keira. We're going to operate this in two parts. So the majority will be live, and then we're going to run an 8:30 UK time embargo for tomorrow to reward those out in Switzerland. So 9:30 Swiss time tomorrow morning. We will take questions on the floor. We'll begin with Anton at Sky Sports.
Hey, Keira, nice to see you. Good, thank you. How are you after what has been an epic tournament, but what an emotional rollercoaster?
Yeah, first off, very good. I think, obviously, to reach another final, I think, the girls are in very good spirits. And I think, obviously, the way we did it, I think it brings the team closer together. And, we just don't know when to give up.
You've been deep in many a tournament, many competition. Have you ever known anything like this?
Probably not. I think, obviously, we come in every tournament and we want to reach the final. But maybe the way we've done it is a little bit more stressful for everyone. But I think that's kind of the beauty of this team, is that we are relentless and we've got belief in ourselves that even in the 90th minute we can get a goal and we can win. And I think that's what's really special about us at the minute.
When you saw Spain get that late winner last night, were you like, everyone's going to ask me about what they're like now?
I did have that thought, but I think there's a lot of respect between both the teams, and I think the most important thing for them is, as a footballer, is that they can enjoy this final. There's not the controversy surrounding it, and the girls deserve to be there. They play incredible football. So, first and foremost, for them as human beings, is that they can actually just go out and enjoy this game.
How much of a rivalry has this become? Because you've played each other in some big games over the last 3 years.
It is a rivalry. I think, as I said, there's respect between the teams and they play incredible football, and, we know that we do on our day as well. So, I think it's going to be an exciting game, and, hopefully it's a good one for the fans to watch.
Hi, Keira, I'm Jane. Did you all watch together last night, and what did you take away from the match?
We were all sat in the players' lounge. Jill Scott was there, of course, as well, as she always is. But I think it was an intense game. I think Germany had chances as well, but the Spanish team, they're incredible and they've got some really good players. But I think we also know what we're capable of and where we can hurt them. So it's going to be an interesting game.
Have you been in contact with anyone at all from the Spanish camp?
I speak to Jana Fernandez quite a lot. We're good friends, and obviously I've got a few friends from Barcelona as well, but. She was just texting me saying about our last two games, and she said that she's happy for us that we're in the final. Obviously, as I said, there's a lot of respect between the two teams, and I think obviously I've got friends, but it's a final and we want to win, and after the game we'll go back to being friends, but right now we're rivals.
Thank you.
Thanks. Shall we go to Rob at Sky News?
Hi. Obviously, you were in Spain to see the success, but also the troubles after the World Cup win. How did you assess it being based in Spain? And do you think Spanish society, Spanish football for women has improved?
I think first off it's difficult because I wouldn't say I always understood most of the Spanish that was going on. So, I think obviously a lot of the conversations I missed. But I think obviously the way Barcelona are, and they're always in and around the Champions League finals. I think especially that club in particular, they really are pushing women's football. But as I said earlier, I think just for the girls this time, and as a friend and as I said, another football player, I think for them just to go and enjoy this final, they play incredible football and they deserve to be there. So as a human being, I just want them to go out and just enjoy the game of football.
Are you being asked for some expertise to be able to help as an additional scout?
I think obviously we've played them a lot recently, so I think our technical team know kind of what they're about, and I've been asked several times in the last few years about them, but they're incredible footballers, and as I said, we kind of know what we can bring to the game as well, so I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, Clark.
Thanks, Rob. We'll go to Tara at the back, please. Tara from Daily Mail, thanks.
Hey, Keira.
Hi.
Just on that kind of never say die mentality, like where does that come from? Is there someone working with you like on it specifically, or is that a team thing? Or
honestly, I think it's part of being English. I think that's what we feel when we put the shirt on. It's that we give everything, we run ourselves into the ground, and that's the beauty of this squad, is that we know that if we have to come off because we're tired, there's going to be someone else who can come on and finish the job. But I don't know, it's kind of just what we speak about as a team, is that English, resilience, and it's something that we really pride ourselves on. And yeah, you can see that in the last 2 games that's something that we really believe in.
And just preparing for Spain, how much of preparing for Spain is kind of preparing to play against Aitana Bonmati, and how much is your kind of knowledge of her going to be used for that?
Yeah, I think obviously she's an incredible player, but I think if you try and nullify her, I think Patri's been one of the best players at this tournament. So you can focus on Aitana, and then you've got Patri, and then you've got Alexia and Mariona. So I think for us, we're not focusing on one player. I think we know what we can bring defensively, and we're confident in that. So it's just about focusing on what we can do. And yeah, then obviously we're going to have some chances as well that we need to take.
Thanks. We'll go to the front. We'll go to Tom at the Daily Mirror, please.
Hi, Keira. We spoke to Aitana Bonmati yesterday, and she was talking about the strength that Spain have from the bench. Obviously, England's finishers have been a big part of the narrative here. How do you think their kind of bench options compare as well?
Yeah, I think they've also got an incredible squad. Salma came on yesterday, and I know her very well from Barcelona, and she's also a world-class player. But yeah, as you said, I think we've also got the same. But yeah, I think obviously Michelle has been doing an incredible job, but Alessia has been running herself into the ground for Michelle to have those opportunities. I spoke to Alessia a little bit about yesterday. It's almost like she's doing Ellen's role from the previous tournament. Ellen was incredible for 80 minutes. Alessia would come on and finish the game for us. And yeah, I think them two are kind of doing the same this tournament.
And just from a personal point of view, obviously against Italy, England had a lot of the ball, were able to kind of play in a certain way. That's going to be a different challenge against Spain, especially, I guess, for you in the position you play. How are you going to approach that?
Yeah, I think that's probably one thing I would take from the previous times playing against Spain is that I think maybe we've not been as confident as we could do on the ball. And yeah, I think that's also one of our strengths. We've got unbelievable players on the ball. So yeah, I think we need to take more pride in that and keep the ball for longer periods. And yeah, I think, we're going to get chances. So it's just about taking those and being confident.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll go to Kit at the Times. Thanks.
Keira, just on that, there obviously will be times when Spain have the ball for maybe 3 or 4 minutes and you'll have to do a lot of running around. Will those periods in the game, do you think, be the time where that kind of proper English resilience and grit that you've shown over this tournament, will those periods be when you really need those qualities on Sunday?
Yeah, I think the Spanish are probably one of the best possession teams in the world, and I think for us it's just about being patient when we don't have the ball. It's not about panicking and getting frustrated. I think we just have to be comfortable defending, and then, as I said, when we get the ball we have to look after it. And yeah, I think the English mentality has been going through all of our games, and I don't think that's going to change in the final. If anything, I think we're going to be more proud to be representing our country.
And how much do you kind of lean into, and how much are you motivated by the fact that on Sunday you could do something that no English team's ever done before, winning a major tournament on foreign soil, and do something that very few English sports teams have done and win 2 major trophies? How much are you motivated by all that kind of unprecedented history?
Honestly, from like a personal perspective, I can only speak for myself, is that, I think I just go out to win, whether it's the first time, the second time, the third time. I think, for me, it's another final and I want to win it. It's almost like we're doing it all over again. As you said, it's like it's a different country, a different tournament, and a lot of different players. So for us, it feels like a fresh start. And yeah, I think when you play for England, you always want to win every game.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll go to Holly at the Mirror, just behind. Thanks.
Hey, Keira. I just wondered how much does kind of the heartbreak of the World Cup final and those memories kind of play into your determination to win this game now that you know that you're taking on Spain?
Yeah, I think obviously that was a massive disappointment, and I feel like from a collective we probably feel like we didn't have our best performance that day, but I think as a football player you can become too emotional, and I think if you're trying to pull on that too much, then you're going to be, too emotional and too many things going on. And I think for us it's a new game, new team, and we know what we've been in this tournament, so we're going to keep doing that, and just focus on the positives and not try and draw on that too much.
So you've kind of put that aside for now? Yeah,
I think obviously, you think about it a little bit, but I think for us, put it to the side and focus on the game on Sunday. As I said, we've got so many new players in this team who are really confident and bring so many new things to this team. Is that, it's exciting, and we can just focus on the positives.
And have your families asked you to just win it in 90 minutes? Because they've all been saying that you've taken them on an emotional roller coaster, and I think Georgia Stanway's dad said his nerves are shot. So
yeah, Yeah, well, I kind of made that mistake after the first time round and said, yeah, we'll try and do it again. And then, yeah, we went to 120 minutes again. Luckily, it wasn't penalties this time, but yeah, never mind the families. I think, you know, obviously I came off in the 120 minutes and sitting there for us is also equally not nice. So, yeah, we'll try and get the job done, but we know it's going to be a difficult game. And yeah, hopefully our families won't be too nervous.
Thanks, Ollie. Tom from ESPN.
Hi, Keira. Those final moments against Italy, how much of that is just like pure chaos and desperation, and how much of that is sort of design, if that makes sense?
I think when you're playing, maybe it looks like chaos, but for us, it doesn't feel like that. I think, yeah, I've also heard that people have been saying that it was luck, but I think for us, you kind of create those moments yourself through belief, determination, confidence. I think it's not by design that Michelle's in the box and scoring. It's not by design that people are putting crosses in the box. I think it's thought out, it's purposeful, and yeah, I think it's the absolute belief that no matter what minute of the game it is, we're gonna win or we're gonna get a result that we need to take us to extra time. And yeah, I think that's kind of the resilience of this team as well.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Aisha from Haters.
Hi, Keira. We've seen that clip of Serena after the chaotic match saying, I need to decompress. Ella Toone told us she was going to go and watch Love Island to take a breather. How do you decompress after those crazy, crazy matches?
I am going to mention Jill Scott again, to be fair, I think. Yeah, she gets on the bus after the game. She makes me a cup of tea. She sits with us at post-match. And I think she just brings like normal conversation. I think that's the most important thing after a game like that, is that obviously you need to decompress and think about it, but she just brings a normal conversation, not football. We don't have to think about what's just gone on too much. And yeah, I think I go out with her for dinner every match day +1 when we've got 3 off. So yeah, she's definitely the person that I've been leaning on, it's fair to say.
And a 3rd consecutive final, pretty impressive stuff. How do you balance, you know, not letting those youngsters almost take it for granted, because it feels like it's the norm now, even when, of course, it's not?
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I think people obviously think about England and finals now, but you can see the way that the young girls have been coming on, and they're definitely not taking it for granted, you know. Obviously, people have been speaking about Michelle scoring, but Grace has been coming on in potentially one of the most difficult positions. You know, she's playing defensive midfield where, you know, you've got to sweep up, you've got to put those last-minute tackles in and around the box, and yeah, she's been doing an absolutely incredible job, and I don't think people have been speaking about the role she's been doing enough. You know, she's been keeping us a clean sheet as well, so yeah, praise to Grace, but I think, yeah, those girls don't take it for granted, and yeah, we won't on Sunday, and hopefully we can put in a really good performance. Thank you.
Thanks. We'll go to Adrian at TalkSport.
Hi, Keira. You say you'll watch the game together. I'd love you to tell us the honest reaction from the room when the goal went in. Was it near keepers beating in the near post? Was it Bonmati magic? What was the honest reaction?
Probably Bonmati magic. I think obviously the way she let the ball go through, and most players in that position wouldn't even think about shooting. I think they would just automatically cross, but obviously I've played with Aitana a lot, and I know that she's always thinking about things that other players don't, and yeah, she will have looked where the keeper was and tried to place it. So yeah, it was a fantastic goal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll go to Rivka from the Netherlands, just in front. Thanks.
Hi, Keira. You talked about decompressing mentally, but obviously it's day 23 of this tournament. How are the fitness levels, and what do you do at this point in the tournament between a semi-final and a final to be able to be fully fit on Sunday?
Yeah, I think obviously physically we all feel good. I think we've probably got an extra day compared to the group stages as well, and I think that's made a massive difference. Yeah, and our performance staff, you know, they're always on hand to help us and help us feel fresh, and I think obviously decompressing away from the pitch is important as well, and we have a coffee dog that helps. I think most of the girls spend the time with him, and I don't think he realises how much he's helped us. You know, when we won the game, he came into the meal room afterwards, and we're all so happy to see him. So yeah, I think he's definitely probably been helping the most, it's fair to say.
One more question. I'm not sure if I saw this right, but I think after the semis on the pitch, I saw Serena singing a Dutch song about not going home. What's that about?
Yeah, I have no idea. She did sing something, but I don't know what it was about. So yeah, I'm guessing it was probably that. Yeah, I think that, yeah, she's been to 5 finals. I think it speaks for itself, you know, what she's like as a manager, as a person. And yeah, she's absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rivka. We'll go to Charlotte at The Athletic. We'll take this final question, then we'll go into the embargo.
Hi, Keira. When you spoke to us after the France game, you were saying Serena wanted you to play longer balls through the thirds. And actually, because you've been at Barcelona, you were used to the short tiki-taka style. I just wondered how your game has changed, having been at Barcelona and now coming to Chelsea on the pitch. And then off the pitch, what you learned from that experience, just culturally, different language, moving away from home.
Yeah, I think obviously it took some time to adapt to Chelsea a little bit. I think Sonia wants to play that style of football as well, so obviously that helps me a little bit. But I think that's probably the special thing about this team is that we can play short, and we've also got forwards who are really, really fast and can run in behind. So yeah, I think sometimes teams don't know what to expect. But off the pitch, I would say, obviously, you know, moving to a different country, sometimes it is difficult and you're on your own. And I was used to living 20 minutes away from my family. I've always lived in Manchester, so at times it was difficult. But yeah, I think that's why I've got so many good friends on the Spanish team, because they've always looked after me. And Irene Paredes, she always invited me around for dinner with her family. And, you know, when I wasn't feeling great, I was with Mariona. And yeah, all those girls really, really spent time to take care of me and look after me. So yeah, I've got a lot to say thanks for. But yeah, obviously on Sunday we're rivals and I want to win.
Thanks, Keira. All the best.
Thanks, Charlotte. For those watching on the live stream, we'll end the